Hey, welcome again to the way we do it. My name is Andre, and I'm coming to you a little bit different, different time this week. Schedule changed a little bit, but I'm really excited about today because this is really what I like to get involved with. The topic of today is I'm gonna, I pull back from from my shows, and I share with you from a producer's standpoint talent and how good they were, and I actually have the ability to have video. So it's not just me saying hearsay and things that you didn't think about that I think we should start to be thinking about now that we're starting to move back into entertainment, getting funds back. I'm in California, and my all my creative work has been here on the West Coast, even though I started on the East Coast at BET as a budget director, but my creative stuff started out on the West Coast in LA. So I wanted to kind of give you tidbits from this perspective, and I'm really excited to show you literally with tape how talent is evaluated, and what I would say is as we start to move into creating more stuff, we have homegrown talent in America that should be getting opportunities as well. And I want to start to highlight those that I was fortunate enough to be able to tape when I was doing my sketch comedy show. And I have a couple of great sketches to show you with DJ Quick. My title was, DJ Quick should be in Hollywood. And the reason why I say that is we have a lot of talent that doesn't get a shot, and we have a lot of talent within our community that has done other things that to me deserves an opportunity as well. So I'm going to walk you through step by step. I'm gonna air the clips that I have and show you from a producer's background perspective of why this happens and the amazing talent that we had comedian wise that supported this. So just wanted to kind of give you a backdrop of how I did my sketch comedy. It was shot live, meaning that we didn't do retakes, right? So you had to get it on the first shot. And it was in my first season felt very theater. So it was like live theater. And I commend all my talent that came on board, my guest talent, my guest hosts. Some of them were in hip hop. They came on board. And as I show you more with this show, they involved themselves in a lot of the sketches, not just to come host and then perform. Now, in my shows, my music talent did perform, but I can't show you their performances because of the musical issues. So you kind of understand that. But at the end, because again, to me, it was a great two-way relationship. They were able to come on, and it was another way for them to promote what they were doing. And for us, it was to show they had additional talent than just music. We used to do that in the 40s and 50s. People would come with all types of talent. We would showcase it. But I took a special attention to hip hop. We just celebrated 50 years of hip hop, and they kind of focused on the music stuff. But this in 2002, 2001, 2002, where I saw the potential of hip hop talent doing sketch comedy. And so I took it upon myself to bring that relationship. And I just didn't want them to come, do a show open and then come back and do a show close with their music. I actually wanted them to get their chops wet in the creative stuff so that they could take those skills to Hollywood themselves, whether it was film and television. So let's start it off with the first thing. The DJ Quick, when he came to us, he did multiple sketches, and so I wanted to start with the open because it was a cold open, and again, we didn't do a lot of prepping. It was not full scripts done, so our talent had to be able to take some basic things that we wanted to say and then go off the top of their head, staying in that live. Because remember, it was live. We didn't reshoot. Everything that you're going to see now, it wasn't like, oh, cut, let's do that again. No, we don't do that. I talked to you about that in other episodes. Is that number one? It's I couldn't afford to do that. And that's why I love using stand-up comedians because they're so quick on their feet and they're able to take that kind of pressure. Because remember, they're on live on stage all the time, and I didn't have to worry about them. So I wasn't worried about at first how they would work with non-stand-ups doing that, but they were almost like aunts and uncles, right? They took the talent in and they made them comfortable and they gave them there's a good connection, good timing with stand-up comedians and our talent. So I wanted to kind of give you the background story. Then I want to kind of jump in because I'm one of the few places that you can actually see the footage of actually what's being done, and I'll kind of deconstruct it as we go along. So this first one. This is a DJ Quik episode. You can see the full episode on my channel at the way we do it TV. You can see the full episode. All my episodes are up. So except for the music, sorry, but I can't put the music up. So let's start with DJ Quik. Let me bring this up.
The best in international sketch comedy. The way we do it. I'm DJ Quik. Check it out. I hope y'all ready because this evening we got a real fly show for y'all, man. It's real funny.
And I'm gonna pause every once in a while just to kind of give you some of the backdrop. So he's doing this in front of a live audience, and that's the other thing that was really important for me and for our stand-up comedians. It's for them to feed off of real people. That's from me working with comedians. It's hard to do like a room. There's no one in it except the crew. So I bring in an audience because that just kind of gets them going. And then I have to worry about clapping. I've got real live audience there. So these were young people that we had in the audience. So just wanted to kind of give you that little backstory as I continue.
It's real fun. You know, people's up here worked hard on it, and we hope y'all enjoy it. Y'all want to get down with us? Yeah! Hey, I gotta in case y'all didn't know, I hate the shameless plug, but I got a record about to come out. It's called Under the Influence. It's on my label, Uponic, Bungalow Laneway. Hey, what's going on, bro?
What's up, man? This my little spot.
Now, this is comedian Roman Murray. When you come to check out the channel, Roman Murray's stand-up comedian, funny dude. He does this one segment. He does other things for us, but he does this one character called Dan the Garbage Man. And Dan the Garbage Man, as you kind of see in here, he likes hanging out in celebrity homes. He takes their trash, and based on what he pulls out of their trash, he brings it to the set with our talent. Now, as a backstory to this, I don't know what he's doing. So I don't know what's in his bag, what he's pulling out to do. Again, as I talked to you about before, I have a lot of trust in comedians. He knows who the talent is, and I know what his character is, and I know stuff is coming out that bag. And, of course, it can't be like, crazy stuff that's illegal to talk about. But this is why I trust stand-up comedians, because once I understand who the character is that he's bringing out, and he knows who the talent is, and, he knows the basic requirements of what we can and cannot, show. Other than that, I leave it alone. Again, remember, we're shooting this live. This is one take. So whatever he comes out with now, he does coordinate with the props person if there's some props that he needs. But I don't even go to those meetings. I don't care. It's like we got to prop people. We got a set little budget for props. Whatever he comes up with inside of that, I leave that alone. I don't ask him right before this starts. Hey man, hey Roman, what you got in the bag? None of that. I love for my stand-ups to do their thing. So let me shut up and let's continue for you to check this out.
It's Bungalow Laneway.
Hold up, dog. DJ Quik. What's going on, partner? Everything straight?
Everything good. I'm just trying to sell a record, man.
Oh, hey, man. I said I go straight to eBay with my stuff. I roll, dog.
Distributed by Universal?
Yeah,
What's going on?
Wait, man. I got. First off, I know you know who I am. I know, you're in my spot. I figured. That's my little corner. No, I'm saying, I'm Dan the Garbage Man,
Oh, nice to meet you, Dan. My pleasure.
I know you're on tour. I know you ain't gonna believe this, dog, but I was actually in your garbage.
Man, you
can.
can't even. Man, I live in a guard-gated community. How you get in my garbage?
That's why I'm international. You know. Yeah, you know, I get in there, man. 007.
Man, what are you doing in my trash, man?
No, man, check it.
And what did you get out?
No, the cool thing is maybe.
Let me just stop it here just for a second because I want to kind of walk you through it from a producer what I'm seeing here, right? So immediately, as you could probably see, and I'm gonna let it play, is there's a natural chemistry here. You see their timing. This is why DJ Quik should be in Hollywood. This is natural. This is just natural timing of them, and it feels real. They're front of people. So let's continue.
You know, you had a big party or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't get to go. So I figured, but I noticed like you're a producer and you're you know what I'm saying? You a rapper, you extraordinary, right? And you also a player.
Not really.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I was at your party and went through your trash. You had leftover ass.
Hey, man, this look like Beatrice. You know what?
And it smells like beer.
She a stripper for First King.
Well, look at me. I got the roll. But check it out.
Wow,
Well, let me just pause on that because I want you. I really need you guys to understand this. That's DJ Quik's first time seeing that coming out that bag. So this is why I was really excited about doing this episode because, man, there's just a lot of talent that we have that should be in Hollywood that producers need to know about, and doesn't get opportunities, and it's the little things. So this not being scripted to the detail where he's memorizing a script to pull this off. This is all natural chemistry. And this is why I just love doing this show tonight, because that's why I want to catch you, those of you who want to begin acting, those you just love the funny. We do things so well that it just seems like, it's just supposed to happen. But that's why I want to kind of deconstruct this as we go along.
I got something in here for you, dog. If I can, well, maybe I ain't got it, But look here, quick. I got something down in here for you, boy. Look at. Oh, here we go. No, I'm just saying, like, I look at your hair, it's a nice texture. So maybe you'll need some rides or something.
Y'all wrong for that. Thank you. Well, as y'all can see, y'all in for a doozy of a show, y'all. Y'all enjoy. And it's the way we do it, y'all. BET, y'all come back and kick it with us, all right? We'll see y'all in a minute.
So this is what I get so excited about when you're in production and you're doing stuff like that. So our talent, knows that the character's coming and they're reacting to stuff, and those aren't laugh tracks. That is that audience doing what they do. So I'm really excited about that. So I wanted you to kind of walk. So let's show open. So, we shoot it live, put it together. These episodes were half-hour episodes. The talent in pre-production, we walk through each of the segments, the sketches that they do. And what we did do, though, is we established roles that could repeat every week so that you could kind of come back. Again, when I was talking to you before, this is, it's a little net. This is that structure, that consistency of characters that I like to bring back. And again, this is just being a fan of sketch comedy, and I knew certain characters I want to see each week, and then have different people in that world. So Dan the Garbage Man was one of those characters that came back and forth each week. So let me go on to, and again, that was comedian Roman Murray. Let me go on to our next sketch that DJ Quik did, and he did this one with Leslie Jones and Belinda Foster. So Leslie Jones, who's going on to do Saturday Night Live. Well, she started her sketches with us on The Way We Do It. So they're doing one called Phone Jones. It's a radio show, and so let me share that one with you as well.
To chew up another cigarette in this place I read. And I'm Mad Ass Maggie, and the subject for today is problems at work. And we got a guest today on our guest panel, DJ Quik in the house. Yeah. We gonna show them how they really do it. Ain't that right, DJ Quik? Yeah, baby. We gonna go ahead and take the first caller. First caller, go ahead. What the hell you up?
Now, before that caller starts, I just want to kind of again give you, so there's minimal props, right? So the vibe here is to almost make you feel like you're in a small theater. So just enough props to pull it off. And again, I have DJ Quik in between two stand-up comedians who are co-hosts of a radio show. He doesn't know what's coming over that phone either. So that was the fun of it. Now, he trusts us enough that he would, we wouldn't embarrass him. But again, we wanted you guys to get that live feel right off the top of what they're pulling off. And let's start.
Mad Maggie, irritated I rain. This is Patricia from Smyrna, Georgia. I'm calling long distance, and y'all got a sister on hold for like an hour.
Does this know she calling the radio station?
It's a good thing I'm at work. Anyway, my boss tripping, talking about I'm abusing the system, I'm constantly late, I take 2-hour lunches, and I be stealing office supplies. What should I do?
You know what really makes Mad Maggie mad? Is people like you who really do abuse the system. Now you sitting on your lazy ass at work, you ghetto freak, on the phone, using up your boss's time. You ought to be, you know what? Your boss ought to 3-hole punch your ass. That's what he ought to do. You know what? Because you're trifling. You're trifling. Sitting there on the damn radio trying to win gifts and shit. Is you sharing those with your boss while you're on the clock? I don't think so. You posted pack rat. You loose.
Now, I'm going to stop you there because what you just saw Leslie doing started, anytime a stand-up comedian starts to laugh while they're doing their stuff, man, they're on one. That's when, just to recall for you guys, some of you might be young, but old schoolers, y'all know this. First season in Living Color, I love the first season of The Living Color because they were laughing. Sometimes you could catch them. They would be laughing at their own stuff inside the joke. That's when you knew you were sitting on top of something. So when I saw that with her, I knew Leslie could do this and pull this off. And so I just wanted you to catch, that's a stand-up comedian thing that happens. Whenever they start laughing at their own stuff and they catch themselves, remember, they're their biggest critic. That's when it gets really funny.
Please. What you need to do is reach into your purse and grab that stolen calculator and calculate how much this long distance call is gonna cost your boss. That's what you need to do. Sitting up there stealing office supplies. Use a king house. Ain't that right there? We do it just like that, DJ Quik. Can you say gangsta?
That's
What you think?
I mean, it seemed like you was mean on it. Maybe she needed that white out and the pistol.
I just want to do a pause because I got someone in the chat. His name is Darius Bradford, one of the most talented comedians that I've ever worked with. Unbelievable. Out of St. Louis. Anytime you see him anywhere on the planet, you got to go see him. When we do these, Darius, I guarantee you, when I'm doing these podcasts, I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to be pulling your clips and sharing with the world what you did for me, and the way we do it is sketch comedy. Darius Bradford, folks, genius. He did this little clip with Tashina Arnold. He does this little cooking thing. I don't want to give too much away because I'm going to actually show it to you in future podcasts. But right now, as of today, if you see him anywhere, any club, you need to go see Darius Bradford. Truly genius. Anything I can do, and this is why I'm so glad I'm able to bring this back up, because I want to make sure that everybody sees the talent that we have. So Darius, thank you for showing up in the chat for me, brother. And again, folks, Darius Bradford out of St. Louis. Google him, look him up, find out where he's going to be performing, and go. I'm telling you, it is worth every penny. He's a genius. I'm saying that because I worked with him. And when you go up to the Way We Do It channel, you see the old shows that we did with him in it. Man, this guy's just genius. So Darius, I hope all is well, brother, and I look forward to chatting with you. I'm not sure how I can get your number without it being scary like this. Send me a message, I guess, through the Way We Do It channel, and I'll be able to get your number, because I don't know how this thing works live like that, so I don't want to put anything in the chat, because that feels to me kind of crazy. But again, audience, please, Darius Bradford, incredible talent, still out there doing it. Young people, if you want to be a stand-up comedian, that's the persistence that you got to have, an incredible talent. He's still doing it every day. Find out where he is. Support that stand-up comedian, Darius Bradford. Support all those stand-up comedians. This is the talent that we have for America and the world. We got to support our own. So thank you, Darius, for showing up, brother. I am well, and that's why I wanted to bring this platform back, to let people know what you guys pulled off and the talent that you guys have. So let me go back to Belinda Foster and Leslie Jones and our super talent DJ Quik.
Yeah, to do her French tip. All right, we're gonna take our next caller. Next caller, go ahead. What the hell you want?
Is this Mad Maggie and irritated Irene?
Yes, Heifer.
Yeah. Hi, baby. This Sugar Tricks. I am a groupie, and DJ Quik, let me just tell you, you look so fine on the radio.
How the hell she know I'm on the radio?
Cameras in here. Partner, I don't know, partner. Don't worry about it.
Hey, what's your question, though?
I am a groupie, and you next on my list. But my biggest problem is at work catching a STD. I mean, that's what
Oh, yeah. No, you didn't call in here, you nasty ass heifer. No, you didn't call in here and say that to Quik. No, you didn't.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, girlfriend, because I just got me an STD. Yeah. Oh, on my brand new Lincoln Navigator.
Man, that is not what you talking about. Yo, Quik. You know how it is, DJ Quik.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming in.
That's right.
Thanks for joining us. That was Phone Jones
And we
with
out.
DJ Quik. We out.
Yeah, welcome to Phone Jones. I'm irritated.
Oh, I forgot to catch that one. So again, this is, and how we shot this now, remember, this is being shot all in one day, right? So this isn't like periods of days. So when our talent comes, our comedians gather together, they figure out what they're going to do with them, and then we rotate. And so again, it's to give that live feeling. Our comedians know, they know that their sketches, they know their stuff. And then in the case where if they have talent in their sketch, they just need to know who they are, and then they go for it, and they run with it. And again, one take. There's just not multiple takes over and over and over. I think I mentioned this to you before, that for me, a stand-up comedian, the first time that it comes out, to me, it's the funniest one. So me as a producer, my job is to make sure I capture it the first time. Because I've done that in the past where I'm like, oh, can you do that again? And it's not there, because the art and the skill that they have, man, they give you that 200, it comes out that first time. And as a producer, that's my job, is to capture that. And because I don't rehearse them a lot. I don't ask them to do their jokes in rehearsal. I'd say, like, keep it so that you feel the audience, you feel the talent, you feel the other things. Now, that voice that you heard, that voiceover, that's another part of the troupe. Her name is Chloe, or her name is Chloe. I don't want to give out her last name. Chloe, you can let me know in the future if that's okay. But very talented as well. She was a part of the troupe. She did some things for us as well too. So that's Phone Jones, and again, that's a segment that plays each week, and so we bring in new talent for that one. So let me go to another. Again, this is a half-hour show. We just go back to back to back to back. But I wanted you to kind of see how DJ Quik went from that show open, and he walked through all of those reactions that he had. That was natural reactions that he had, and that's why this show is called DJ Quik Should Be in Hollywood, because these are those kind of abilities that people say they're looking for, and they're right here, right in California, right in their back door. So I just wanted to showcase it again. So let me go on to another. This one is a stand-up comedian, very talented stand-up comedian named Doug Williams. And Doug Williams did for us. This is a season 1 show. He has a character called Gus the Cabbie, and so I'm gonna show it to you, and then we'll walk through it as well. Let me bring up. Let's see where it is. Okay.
The most ballingest player in the. What's up, boy?
What's going on? What's going on?
What's going on? You bling blinging. You looking good. DJ Quik in the house. What's up, man?
Hey, you can you take me to Roscoe's Pork and Waffles?
Hey, man, no problem with that. Hey, we rolling, bro. We rolling. Sure. Man, I listen to all your music. You know what I'm saying? Just like Compton, safe and.
I have to cut this off because people were like, saying this is the beauty of what you just don't have, and you got to figure it out. Doug is holding the steering wheel. There's no pole. He just holding the steering wheel. Because again, we just needed enough to establish that he was in a taxi. Those of you who were in kindergarten back in the day, you put up those little boards, painted. I give all shout outs to our props people because we just didn't have it. So we were like, let's make it as theater as possible. So you see that you can't really see the chairs, but those are just regular chairs behind that little taxi sign. He's holding the steering wheel, and he's got a little card in his cap for the taxi. So this is why, and again, minimal props, but you're going to focus on the talent. Okay, so I just had to share that because that's hilarious to me. And he held that steering wheel the whole season. Every time he was holding that steering wheel, never complained about it. I think he actually thought it was pretty funny as well. So let me shut up and let me continue.
Damn, man. Hey, it's off the hook, man. When the next album coming out? You got something new coming out?
Yeah, it's coming out like April.
April, you got a new album coming out? Great. Well, yeah, let me get a CD before it drops. You know what I'm saying? Help a brother out. Let me get a CD.
I ain't got no CDs. But
you ain't got no CDs?
No, not at all. But I'm hungry, man. I'm mighty hungry. Could you take?
Okay.
Come on, man.
Well, give me a couple of tickets to the concert. You know what I'm saying? Me and my baby.
I ain't doing no concerts, bro. This about food.
Oh yeah. Well, how about throwing me a couple of them big booty females, man? You got any big booty females?
Don't you look like I got some on me, man? Come on, bro.
Well, damn. How about an autograph, man? You got an autograph?
Bro,
I can get that?
I'm fresh out of pens too, baby.
Well, you know what you can do for me? What? You can get your ass out the cab.
Now, Doug had one of the most dangerous jobs in the sketches because, as we all know, and remember, they're not meeting these rappers in advance, right? So, in comedy, you gotta have thick skin for comedy. So, a comic will snap on you, because that's just naturally part of what you do. But remember this, I'm gonna age myself, but 80s and 90s, a lot of rappers didn't have sense of humor, and so you have to be really careful, how to say so, because even though we're all knowing this is a portrayal, remember we're acting in these sketches, but one thing about, with hip hop and with rappers is, there's a reputation they have to maintain when they're out there in the real world and with their albums and stuff like that. So they just have to be very sensitive to, the balance. It doesn't feel like they get punked or anything, right? Even though this is character acting. So I applaud all of the rappers who did our show because I had zero issues, because we respected what they did. They wanted to show that they had acting chops so they could do other things, right? So, and it's very separate. Their music, and so they know when they came on, and that's why I wanted to make sure that they hosted the show so they could come out and say, I'm hosting this show and I'm going to be going through characters and we'll be walking through characters. So even their hardcore music audience understood they're inside of a sketch show. So that's why I didn't have them just host and then do their song and then try to throw one sketch in there, because then it's a little confusing. But with the talent doing multiple sketches, it's easier for them, their audience, to understand, okay, this is a comedy show. They're playing a character, so they're just having fun with these characters. But because Gus, the role of Gus the Cabbie is, as you'll see more, and you check him out on the channel, is that he's kicking them out of the cab. So it's funny. I'm not gonna give it away, but there's a couple of rappers who, even though they're in the cab, their natural instinct was somebody telling you to get out. Their first little expression was like, whoa. So, but I trusted Doug as a stand-up comedian to know when that energy is, right? And so just like crowds, comedians know the crowd ain't laughing, they need to do something else. They sense the room. And so that's the other reason why I prefer stand-up comedians as my primary talent in sketch shows, because all of those things about human nature, whether it's the guests themselves or the audience, the feel of the audience, if they know they need to make some kind of adjustments, that's why I don't like to put them into strange boxes. As long as they're staying within the realm of what that thing is, Gus the Cabbie, I mean, that is what it is. I mean, and his thing is he kicks people out any kind of way he wants to. That's what keeps the live spirit of it going on. So again, hats off to DJ Quik for pulling it out. I got one last sketch before I talk to you about some other things from that same show that's going to just give you what I wanted to do was give you, and you can kind of see there's a variety of stuff. So he's doing a show open. He's doing a scene with two female comedians. He's doing a scene where he's in a regular, a cab. That's just a regular person. Dan the Garbage Man. A lot of my characters, you notice they're very basic people. Dan the Garbage Man. Phone Jones is just a radio show, so we all understand radio shows. And for those of us who do cabs, especially back on the East Coast, New York, that's Cab City. I mean, now we're doing a lot of Uber and Lyft, so I guess that's kind of it's kind of has that kind of cab role. And then this last one, again, remember, I let my comedians come with their character, and I try not to say no, unless it's something I can't do, because I know they can pull it off. And I know if they're bringing a character out, that they have 99% of the time, I'm not even going to say 99%, I'm going to say 100% of the time, that they have tested this character out in the field, out in the real world, out in the club somewhere. They might not have the same kind of props that we have, but I know they've tested this stuff out. That's the other beauty of having stand-up comedians and giving them the latitude to bring characters that they do out on the road, and then we kind of convert them to television versions. So here's my last sketch that I wanted to share with you guys. Let's find it.
Be on April.
Boy, DJ Quik, player, that was tight, boy. That was like balling, boy. You was balling. That was crunk, player.
Thanks, homie. It's a lot of work,
Boy,
though,
that's
homie.
why they call you DJ Quik, because that concert was only 20 minutes long.
Thanks, dog. Hey.
Boy, you do that damn thing, boy.
Now, what is that there, dog?
Oh, this is a little something, little pick me up. I ain't go to Olympics, so this how I go ski.
Hey, teach his own.
Now, this comedian's name is Tommy Chun. And Tommy Chun is one of our recurring comedians as well. He was back on the East Coast. I talked to him, but now he's back in LA. And again, all of these comedians, man, you should find them out there. find out their Instagram pages, their Twitter pages, whatever they're doing, because these are true stand-up comedians, funny people, and I just wish them the best to do, to continue to do more things, expand what they're doing. Funny dude, and again, I let them I let them do their thing because they're some funny people. So let me stop. Let's continue.
Have fun with it, man.
Oh, it's all good. You want that? You want
No,
that?
I'm cool, dog.
Okay,
Hey,
okay.
What I would like to talk to you about, though, is that, we need our money for the show, though.
Oh, don't worry about the money, player. Don't worry about the money, boy. We gonna have that Kabuki and Cowboy and them about to come down. And when Buck get here, we gonna have that. Cause that boy got an Escalade with the TVs in it.
All right, that's...
We gonna have that. We gonna have the money, boy. Don't worry. We wanna take a check.
No, I'll take check that.
Check in the cash.
No, but for real, though, look. Hey, I flew my DJ out here, man. I flew my DJ out here from L.A., dog. I need to get him paid, at least to get him
Oh,
back
you
on
did it? You flew him out?
Yeah,
I thought I flew him out.
No,
Cause you got him down here?
I had to pay
Well,
him.
don't worry about it. I'll get you back. If that airplane don't work, my boy worked for a rider. You can take it back with him.
Come on, hey. I thought we had this for real, though, man. I mean,
Oh, it's all good, but look at this chill. Just calm down. I'm gonna have the money. Don't worry about the money. We're about to go to the after hour club right now. I got these honeys, boy. You about
Now the name of this sketch is "Don't Worry About the Money Player," right? And so this is a recurring sketch, and Tommy hits it. He hits it out the park, man. So again, especially with Tommy, he does these quick little jokes that are so quick that you have to, when I say you, I'm talking about me as a producer and our producing team. We got to make sure the audio is working, man, because you got to catch these things. And when you see it over and over, if you ever watch sometimes comedies and you constantly, I remember like one of my favorite ones is, film wise, is Rush Hours, right? Because Chris does these little jokes that you didn't catch the first time, and then you watch it again, you're like, man, this boy's a fool. Tommy has that same kind of speed with his little subtle remarks, man, and you gotta pick him up. So he is one of the ones that makes me the most nervous, because if I don't capture it, man, it just be you can't do this one again. You know what I mean? It's like, Tommy, you got to catch it when he does it, because it's genius when it comes out. So let me finish it. It's a little bit longer.
to get the shizzle for your liver.
Yeah. I understand all that. That's all real. That's all real, but baby boy, I didn't dealt with promoters like you, man. Can I get my money, man, so we can get out of here, man? I got to be in Detroit tomorrow.
Look here, let me holler at you for a minute, dog. Check this out. I'm about to go down here and get this weed, and I can throw you a couple pounds of weed green. You can take that and flip it, and you make more money than you would have had if I was here.
Hey, man, that wasn't part of the deal. We discussed cash, man. It's cash.
Look here,
go,
dog.
man.
Look here, let me holler at you for a minute. Come on over here, please. You about to go down and get paid.
So that was don't worry about the money player. So again, the genius of that is, and what I really like about this one is, stand-up comedians as well as music people have to deal with promoters in their world, and so it's totally relatable what you did. So recap, DJ Quik busts out at the end of this show. He does perform. That performance again, I can't even put it on my channel because it's the music rights. But it's DJ Quik songs. But the reason why I wanted to start this one off with DJ Quik Should Be in Hollywood is because, and I wanted you to walk through what you saw there, and hopefully now an audience can see this, and even Hollywood can see this. It is the smooth flow that DJ Quik was able to pull off. His timing was impeccable. You notice they weren't jumping on top of each other. And that's there's a big debate how much you can teach someone, but that's the reason why I love doing this sketch show the way we do it is that timing is key, and that natural timing that can play out in other things, right? And what I wanted to do was to make sure that we had a variety of different kind of energies of sketches that could pull off. So that when I look back, and let me pull it back up because I just want to kind of show you something. Let me go back to
Chew up another cigarette in
Phone
this place
Jones.
I read.
And I'm mad ass Maggie, and the subject for today is problems at work.
I'm just gonna.
It's a good thing.
I'm gonna pull it here. So, things like this. I mean, you have movies like Brown Sugar. You have, the Martin Show. What was a DJ show. So to me, it was important to try to, with the limitations that I had, it was to try to get concepts that talent who could come to our show and pull off, and then they can run with this in dealing with Hollywood. So we didn't want to do just like totally stereotypical things, but some basic, regular kind of everyday things. Because as a talent in film and TV, your characters are going to be, basically, unless you're doing sci-fi or anime, they're going to be regular people doing crazy things. So in the scope of what we were able to pull off. Now, we shot this in California, in Burbank, California, next to the Burbank Airport. When we shot this, the Center Staging Studios is where we shot this. And again, the goal was, this is a one take. And what I wanted you also to kind of notice, and I'm kind of coming back to here because I just want to kind of check out the energy, the balancing out of energy. Now, if you can kind of, Leslie's very physical with her energy, and she's got volume to her energy. Belinda kind of complements that with the quirkiness. So Leslie's got a strong, hard kind of energy coming. Belinda is kind of like I hate to say it, but I've been watching a lot of Family Matters. So Belinda kind of gives me the Urkel kind of a vibe. Belinda is a stand-up comedian, very talented. I have a clip of her. She actually plays the acoustic guitar as well. So I wanted to show you that this is, there's some rhyme and reasons for playing this out. And why 2 female co-hosts for the radio station? Because it worked. It's as simple as that, right? So I wanted to make sure they had a variety of talent, but they pitched this together, and I didn't say like, oh no, let's put a guy in and take it. Nah, they pitched it. They wanted to do it. Again, remember my whole thing about the comedians. I know if they either got together before this or someone played some of this character out on the road. So this is a little tried and tested. And a crazy radio station, that wasn't a hard sell for me. Because even to this day, Black people listen to a lot of radio. So, radio stations is still a big thing in the Black community, but we wanted to have a little bit of fun with it. But I want you to just kind of check this energy out again real quick.
I'm at work. Anyway, my boss tripping, talking about I'm abusing the system. I'm constantly late. I take 2-hour lunches and I be stealing office supplies. What should I do?
You know what really makes Maggie mad? Is people like you who really do abuse the system. Now you're sitting on your lazy ass at work, your ghetto freak.
She's amping it up,
on the phone, using up your boss's time. You ought to be, you know what? Your boss ought to
She's elevating,
punch your
elevating,
ass.
she's physical.
You know what? Because you're trifling. You're trifling. Sitting there on the damn radio trying to win gifts and shit. Is you sharing those with your boss while you're on the clock? I don't think so. You're posted.
Now, you see how she just amped? It got amped and it got amped. Now, she threw a little cuss in there. I wasn't worried about that little cuss because I wouldn't stop cuss because I knew in television I could bleep that out, right? So it's easy to bleep something out than to try to fix something. So it's like, no, let them amp. You notice how she amped up, and then Leslie gets physical when she gets revved up. The arms start to move, and Belinda, it's kind of like the sidekick. She's not using that same kind of energy. So they balance themselves off really well. And Leslie, very physical. She uses her face expressions, she uses her body expressions, and she's amping up the way that you would like to. And again, one take. These guys are they're pulling this off. So that's what I thought was exciting and still is about using stand-up comedians. Now, a little backstory to what you're seeing here. Now, this is a 4-camera shoot, right? So there's a cameras facing her. There's cameras on both the left and right, and then we have a big camera that swoops down when we do stuff. So this is shot from a truck. The truck is right outside of this stage, and we shoot it what we call live to tape, meaning that we're shooting it not to be doing a whole lot of editing. We did a little bit, because we had extra pieces. But no, the whole idea was not to do a retake or anything. Those cameras running just gives you different perspectives. So if we looked at it again, we could have a different camera angle. But remember, because I'm kind of giving you this more like a theater kind of a feel, you'll notice that most of the shots are coming from the front. Very seldom do you see the side angles, because I want you to feel like you're a part of that crowd looking onto this theater set of this talent kind of doing what they're doing. So, things are faced in a way when they come out that stage. That set is all we have, right? So we have to do everything with that in mind. So in pre-production, we had to do a lot of thinking about what kind of multifunctional stage could we just create and then get a whole lot of shelf space out of it, right? So there's a stage, some of the other shots. Maybe I might be able to see if you can see it. Yeah, right there. So you'll see Belinda is in the orange top. You'll see there's a backstage curtain, and then there's another entrance, and that entrance has a stairway, right, to walk in. So and you notice it's brick, and so and it's a wood floor. So we wanted to kind of feel like you were at, and most small theaters that you go to kind of have that kind of vibe to it. And then we light it from there. So we have just enough of a stage so that you could get, 4 or 5 people on it. And as you can see, that audience is really close, right? So we wanted it to feel like a club setting, right? The audience is very close, and you had to make them laugh. If you didn't make them laugh, I don't have a laugh track. Our laugh track is recording the laughter that you see there. So those are young people in there, and again, comedians that I trusted them because the jokes, as you kind of hear them doing their jokes, when that joke hits, there's laughter, right? So they know what they're doing, and so total trust in what they did there. Now, I want to go back to, so that's so now I'm kind of giving you a little bit of the backstory of each of. So this is what I like about this sketch, right? And the energy that you have up there. So you have kind of like, Leslie's bringing on that kind of, street. She's that big sister that if you her little brother get in a little trouble, big sister knock the person out, right? So she gives you that energy. Belinda is a little bit more on it gives you the little bit nerdier energy, right? A little more fickle kind of energy, but that's a good balance, right? So if I have a host, a new host like DJ Quik inside of that, I wanted to kind of give a feel. So on one side, it's kind of coming hardcore. Other side's a little bit softer. So now, and remember, he's sitting in the middle for a reason, right? Because he's the most important person in this sketch. So we put the most important person in the middle, and he's got both energies, right? So just in case he's uncomfortable, he can lean to one energy more than the other, as opposed to giving him two nerdy kind of energies or two hardcore kind of energies. Then you're stuck. Because remember, I don't have a lot of time in advance with the talent. And this again goes to the talent of stand-up comedians that were picked for the troupe, because they had that kind of balance that you need. Let me go back to
Come y'all.
Oh, let
The,
me.
the
That stolen
Oops.
national sketch comedy, the way we do it. I
Now I
mean,
want to go. I just want to kind of go to, and again, so just to you can kind of
Right.
get the delivery. Let me pause it for a second. So Roman Murray, his delivery is slower. All right, he's not coming aggressive at you. It's a slow. You almost gotta have to lean in to kind of hear what he's doing. So again, what I like about starting off with a Roman Murray comedian and his character for brand new hosts is Leslie might be a lot for you if we start off with Leslie, right? Your host comes in, and that might be a lot to you. So to me, it's like a slower build to that energy. So the people that were very physical with their energy, I kind of held them to the back because I wanted to kind of give the host the ability to kind of sink in. Because remember, he's on the road, he's a rapper. Music industry is a totally different world than what we do. So again, I have to give a little bit of because you go back to your basic instincts, So I don't know how his stage prep is for a music show or his stage prep for a music video. That's another world. So what I just tended to do was to kind of bring our talent in because I want our talent, these guest hosts, to do multiple sketches. So I want to kind of bring them slow, get their confidence up, get the feel of what a sketch comedy show is like. Because remember, there's not a lot of sketch comedy shows out there. You mean at this time, especially the way that we were doing it, this was traditional. I mean, I was very biased within Living Color and Hee Haw and to some degree Saturday Night Live when Eddie Murphy was there, but definitely in Living Color. And I don't know if it's anywhere on there on the internet, but Hee Haw was crazy to me. I was a young kid, was watching Hee Haw. But again, this is a homage to what they pulled off. I remember hearing somebody saying something about a political analyst was talking about, a social commentary person was talking about stealing people's ideas, and I was thinking like, you have to be creative. People have to be inspired by people before you. I mean, it's just that you can't literally steal their stuff, but you're going to be inspired. I mean, how can I not say I was not inspired by Living Color? You see what I'm trying to pull off here. Now I have my own little tweak on it, but I can't really to sit there and not say that when Buckwheat was done, when Eddie Murphy did Buckwheat on Saturday Night Live, that didn't make an impression in my mind, or in Living Color when they were doing their things. It's like, there's just no way. So I think it's just like music. I mean, the people who did it before, you're inspired by them, and we're still inspired musically by James Brown. So I always like to push back on that. Now, I'm not a big believer in stealing, but I've been to, when I was younger, I was in the theater. And so I have a theater, this first season is very theater, old school theater feeling. Why? Because that was an experience that I had. So I wanted to give the impression that you were in a theater watching comedy as opposed to a serious play, right? So I'm inspired, the lighting, the feel, the audience being in the dark, but the television audience is able to see that there is an audience there, right? That's another subtlety that you don't see in a lot of places, that you'll hear an audience, and maybe every once in a while, well, sitcoms never, I mean, unless they go live or some behind the scenes, but you'll hear a laugh track. But my thing was, I want you to feel like you're there. So I wanted you to see what the talent saw. And those are real people. Those are people that we bring in to watch the show. So that's not our staff filling in seats. And so, and I wanted to show their heads so that the television audience can see that our talent, and that shot's great right there, right? So our stage is a little bit elevated. It's almost where, it's a little bit to the waist level of the audience is sitting there. So they're just a little elevated. But again, for a music artist, they perform in front of people. Stand-up comedians on the road, They perform in front of people, and I wanted it to feel like they were in a club or in the theater when I pulled that off. So these are some of just the little things that again, as I do more of these, then you guys will really start to kind of see it and pull out the talent. But this is my first one, really kind of recognizing some of the intricacies of talent and what producing really is, because sometimes they show you the end result, but they never really explain to you, especially in this world, like why you do what you do. And I think it's really important to kind of pull it off, why you pick who you pick. And so this is where, and to give credit to these most talented people. And again, for you guys who are checking out, feel free to hit up the comment section, because I definitely look at it. Again, I just wanted to reiterate, Darius Bradford, hit me up in the comment section. And again, that's someone that you need to go out there and see. Roman Murray still out there in the audience. Doug Williams is very active out there as well. And of course, Leslie Jones is doing her thing out there, and Belinda Foster. So this one I wanted to kind of share with you and walk you through what's going on here in a way. And again, I wanted to reiterate, and I would do this from week to week when I pull these, where I ask you guys to then challenge the system to find our talent. And when they say they can't find talent, DJ Quik, this is DJ Quik in Burbank, California. This is, and you guys can see how smooth he was pulling these things off. You can see him in a movie. And so for those casting directors that are out there, I'm not his manager, not his agent, but I'm a producer who I think it's important, these people who are professing their art and putting it out here for us to look at and to share how it can now be extended. And the reason why I think it's timely now is because specifically in California, and you heard this from our government as well, is there's talks about bringing back production back to United States, right? Bringing it back, making these studios come back to do production back in the States. And then specifically in California, where I am, is California is now wanting to be aggressive and getting runaway productions that left California to come back to California. And I think that's wonderful. However, I just want to put a little pause on it. Who gets the benefit from bringing all these things back? Do we do the same people who have been recycled before get recycled back in? Or do we have opportunities for the DJ Quiks and the Leslie Jones and the Belinda Fosters and the Doug Williams and the Roman Murrays and the Tommy Chungs to be a part of, to me, what would be a renaissance of, and if there's such a push for homegrown talent, and people are like, well, we can't find them. Well, I have several people here that you could use in all kinds of varieties of ways. So audiences, I need you guys to make those statements. And when you're on these other sites and you say, hey, and I saw this thing on DJ Quik, and I think he's got the chops to do film or TV. So let's make sure we consider these this talent that we already have, who's already gone through it, and as we bring these productions, TV and film productions, back to the States, or even back to a state, and putting in this money, are we going to be opening up the pool of talent, right? These people who are talented, they're qualified to do this. Everybody you see on this show, in front of the camera and behind the camera, are talented to pull this off, or we wouldn't have been able to do this the first time. And let's see this again. My goal with this show is to bring The Way We Do It back as a sketch comedy show 2025, right? Because I think it's time to reload. There's a lot of you guys out there, talent-wise, who want to take it to the next level, and I'm all for it. And here's a platform to do it. So this is where the timeliness of having these kind of conversations about scenarios like this is really important. And we're willing to work. We put the work in. They put the work in. These comedians are still putting the work in and day out. Watch some of the shows. They're still on the road, still hitting those clubs, still out there in the country doing it. But as we move to television and film, we should be rewarding them. There's more talent out there than what you're seeing currently on air. We need to expand the pool of talent, not shrink the pool of talent. And for me, is up and coming and new blood as well, to bring in more people. Right? There's funny in every city and suburb and rural spot in the country, and there's plenty of places for them to be. And we need to be able to give them a shot. So I want to thank you. Again, I try to keep this to about an hour. So this was my first podcast where I showcased who I think should be involved in the film and TV world. And this gentleman's name is DJ Quik. So I'll see you again on another episode. I'll continue to do more of these and continue to show you clips and explain the clips as they were shot, and to kind of give you a little bit more backstory. Reason why I'm able to pull this off is because I own my trademark. So that's why I'm able to share with you. And I have no problem. And I want to expose as many of these talented people as possible. We're in the era of social media. So that's why I make sure I mention their names so that you guys can follow them on their Instagram pages, on their Twitter pages, their Facebook pages, their YouTube pages, and especially if they're coming to your hometown or even somewhere where you can go and find them, it's a ticket worth it, because we got to bring some humor back to this world, because, man, it's just getting a little rough out here, but so our artists are able to bring the tone, the tension down. So we have to support them so we can do more. And then again, one of my goals is to reestablish. I remember in the last episode I talked to you about Comic View and Def Comedy Jam, and how those faded away, and we need those back and some more comedy, and I'll push it as much as I can, because the whole idea, that's why I'm doing this the way I'm doing it now, is to kind of show you from before. A lot of this your parents might have seen before. Young people, this is maybe the first time you might have saw this, but I'm gonna give you the above and below and behind the scenes, and really showcase on the talent. So again, I'm out here. I'll see you guys again. This is the way we do it. I'm Andre, and that gentleman right there, DJ Quik. Let's see him in a new television show or film. I'm out.